Beat 500, get into the wild card.
86 got the Phillies all the way to the World
I
Series.
hate to break it to you, man. I don't think it was your vision.
Tipo un caballo.
This podcast is perfectly named, I would say.
I hate to make excuses for Sandy and the rest of the
No,
pitcher
you don't. You've been doing it all year.
I do hate it. I'm just gonna say it.
And fucking hitting bombs to fucking Calle Like,
Inject that into my veins.
If that continues, there's no way we make the playoffs.
No question about it. I am ready to get hurt again.
Welcome, everybody, to episode number 26 of the Battered Marlins Fans podcast. I am your host, Daniel Granada. Alongside me, as always, the fan is back. The band is back together. The four of us haven't been together
in town.
and almost what? It's been over a month since we've all been together. I don't even remember the last time. But celebrating good things because it's been a good week. Tonight seems like it might be a good night. We jumped on a little earlier than we were supposed to. We were waiting to the final out, but rain delay. We figured, let's just jump on now. But things are looking good, and I'm going to start with the most optimistic of us all. Spaz, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. I was hoping that we'd get the finish, or at least the umpires do us a solid after fucking us over all of yesterday and calling the game. But yeah, we'll see what happens. We're winning right now, so I'm happy.
Callie, how you doing? I love the way the beard's growing in.
Thanks, man. I think it's a testament to like how long it's been since I've been on.
Castaway.
Yeah, man. I'm stranded on the island. Oh, I was stranded on the island. I made it back, and I still haven't shaved. But no, I'm doing really well. I was really excited. Able to. I was watching the game before we jumped on, and seeing Jazz rope one into left center, a foot away from giving us the lead, and then Yuli coming right up and driving him in. Just it got the blood pumping, man. Hopefully that this rain lets up soon and we can finish out. And some of the commentary I heard was that we're very much in control of our own destiny at this point. So hopefully this night results in something really positive.
We own the tiebreakers. And Bratton, you called me out last week because I didn't do an early graphic with a prediction of a record.
Yep.
I already got 83 wins on there. So I expect Tanner Scott to come in and shut him out. So 83 and 76. How you feeling, Bratton?
Man, I'm feeling great. After the Mets tried to sabotage us the other day and purposely didn't cover their field, calling you out too, New York City FC. Get a goddamn stadium and stop playing on a baseball field and ruining shit for everyone.
Yeah.
But I'm flying high, man.
I got a few words for those fucking assholes.
Yeah.
Well, do you guys want to start with the Mets, or do you want to go in order? Because we got the Brewers, and the Brewers last week.
Let's go in order.
Completely ruined our last Flashback Friday. I was looking forward to it. I didn't make it out to the stadium, but I was like, well, at least I get to see the teal one more time. And that was quite the disaster. We gave up 12 runs in the second inning. It was a bullpen day, and Hoeing hold us out, and it was it. It was over after the second inning. So I'll start with Callie, since you're just recently back. What do you think about that first game where we just got blown out?
It was deflating.
Yeah.
That's the best way to put it. The positive is that I don't remember the last time we were watching this team that we were glued to the couch watching a game in September and
late September.
In late September, and we're just like holding out for an outcome. So that anxiety is good. It's exciting that we're here. There's after tonight wraps up eventually, and I'm sure the Marlins aren't going to let this game end without it wrapping up. We have 4 games left.
Three
games.
Yeah, there's 3 against Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's so that part's good, but it was deflating that like we're here. It's a teal one more time. It's the last series in front of the home fans, and for us to kind of come out like that was just really upsetting. But we bounced back.
We did. But Bratton, at least I'm gonna tell you how I felt, and then you tell me.
Yeah.
When we got dominated on Friday, my hopes for that series completely went out the drain. I was like, because before the game started, I said, okay, win 2 out of 3. We keep ourselves in good shape for the Mets and Pirates. We still have a chance.
Yeah.
When we got our ass kicked, I was like, here it comes. Here comes the season. How were you feeling after that debacle?
I think I sent it in our group chat. I said, "Boys, it's been a good season. They fought hard. We're done."
It's sending the clowns, baby.
and, and Spazzy was like, "No, stay positive." No, he wasn't.
No.
He was like, pour one out for Ariza's ankle, pour one out for this guy, that guy. It's done. So I was deflated. I the day before sat here and said I see a sweep of the Brewers and taking 2 out of 3 from the Mets, and then they go and shit the bed.
Yeah,
but
that was rough.
They bounced back. I mean, they had that one game that they just got blown out, but then they won the 1-run game on Saturday, and then they looked in control for Sunday's game and won that one 6-1. So, they did what they needed to do. They won the series, just like they're doing tonight. And looking in retrospect, I'm feeling good about it. But now that we've got 3 games left after tonight,
it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy because I see it's only been.
I don't even know how to act.
And it's been a long season. How has this only been 26 episodes? I feel like I've talked Marlins so much this year.
Yeah.
Spaz, what were your takeaways from this series against the Brewers? We won 2 out of 3. I mean, I know the first game was horrible, but we bounced back.
I think I called a sweep. I called a sweep of the Brewers.
Yeah, you and Brandon, you guys were very positive. And Peter Pratt also called.
Yeah.
He called
he called
Peter Pratt called a double sweep.
Yeah, so say, yeah, he said we're just gonna sweep everybody.
Yeah. Well, you gotta love him. But that Teal Friday, I was hoping that we'd go out there. A lot of people go to that game, and Lou from the Siege, he was there, and it was like the 5th inning, and he's like, "Yeah, this is done." And I told him, I wrote to him, and I go, "They blew their load too early. They got all their runs in. They blew their load."
That's how I with a daughter.
Yeah. So no, I was happy to see us bounce back. And I think I even on the podcast we recorded last week, I said Yelich isn't going to play because he had a back problem. And then that bastard comes and he has like 5 RBIs against us that Friday. So
he didn't do shit the rest of the series, though.
No, he didn't, but he screwed us that game. So, yeah, at least we bounced back. We got 2 out of 3. That's fine. But, it just sucks losing like that. But whatever. We won the series.
Well, Game 2, Lazardo started. And, again, we started off well. Berger hit a big home run in the first inning. We took a pretty good lead. And then, was it the 6th inning? Where they took out Lazardo. They put in A.J. Puck. I think somebody scored. Yeah. And they had 2 men on base. We were up 4-1. A.J. Puck comes in and immediately gives up a 3-run home run. All of a sudden, it's a tied game.
Yeah.
A.J. Puck, do not put that guy on the mound anymore. Like, I was riding so high on Puck. I wanted to make a Puck You shirt. Like, I was completely I don't want to see him anymore. And I feel bad. I hate saying this about professional athletes because I know they try hard. But, man, that guy really pisses me off when he's on the mound because I just know that there's nothing good is coming. And he really costs us that lead, at least. And luckily not the game. A wild pitch on their behalf cost them the game. And I think a little magic has been happening in the Marlins direction. And that's why I'm starting to feel a little good.
Yeah.
We need more of that.
Yeah. Callie, any takeaways from that Brewer series since we won 2-3? Matt Moore did his job.
Yeah. Matt Moore has. I mean, since we picked him up off of the waivers, he's been good. That's a huge pickup, an experienced arm, which is something that we need, and someone who's very, very good early in his career. What I appreciate is, and it's a bit of the same with this series now with the Mets, is that after a bad loss, the team bounces back. And that's what we want to see at this time of the year. If we make it, we make it. If we don't, we don't. We're all on the edge of our seats praying to God that we get in, but at least we're fighting, which is all we can ask for at this point. So that was encouraging. The staff, the starting staff has looked so much better.
All 3 of them.
Yeah. The 3 and the 2 season ticket holders that are allowed to pitch games 4 and 5 after the first 2. We're there, man. We're competing, and that's all you can ask for. Unfortunately, I'd love to eliminate any big losses, and moving forward now, I mean, we got to close this one out, and then I love that we get to play the Pirates now. While I believe the Cubs have to play the Brewers and the Mets and the Diamondbacks have to play the Astros. So that's get in, Caesar, get in and get lucky, baby. That's it. Yeah. After that, we just have to just win, baby. Like just anything, and it's something that we talked about early on. It's like just get in. Like this year, like no one's asking to win the World Series. Like that's a far-fetched idea, but get in. Once you get in, you never know what can happen.
Shut some people up, man.
Well, my favorite part of this, and I mean, hopefully we're not jinxing it by putting the 83 already down there. So, but if we win today, that clip in our intro where it says 86 wins is all we need. That's what the Phillies used last year. We win tonight. Like, there's a real possibility we hit 86 on the head because we sweep the Pirates. We end up with the 86 we've been saying since episode 1. On the head, and man, I'm feeling pretty good about this.
That was all you.
Yeah.
Well, I was just going based off of the Phillies last year. I was like, that's all it took for them, and they made it all the way to the World Series. So
yeah, I think we're way too beat up to be talking about World Series, but
no, for sure.
Listen, man,
Phillies as an example for sure.
When we make the playoffs, we become more desirable, right? So all of a sudden, the Marlins become a more attractive place for someone to want to come, and also hopefully it encourages the ownership and the front office to spend a little bit and to bring in a guy like, hey, we were right there with this team. Imagine if we add a bat or two, we add we had someone, but
I know. I don't want to jinx it.
Brandon said not to jinx a win. We're trying not to.
All right, bet. Let me change that.
Don't do it.
Is that
put it in. No, bad.
No.
Bad. Bad.
All right. It's back.
Thank you.
Listen, we're going to try and be confident. I know that's something hard and something Marlins fans struggle with, but we're going to try it today.
What's the manifestation? Isn't that something that like tarot card girls say? Manifestation. Let's do that.
Caesar, don't you say that, man. Don't you say that.
Caesar,
fire.
Don't do that.
No,
don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Oh,
all right. So Luis Ariz, obviously limping around, not good.
No.
One stat that I just randomly heard, and I wanted to bring it up just for no other reason. I thought it was an interesting stat. When he is 0-2 in the count, he's batting .320. He's down in the count 0-2. And he's batting .320. That's ridiculous. A random stat. Absolutely no transition for it. I just felt like it needed to be out there. It needed to breathe. To be 0-2 and hit .320, the guy's a monster. I think I don't know what we're gonna do when he needs his money, but
he got that dog in him.
Now, anything else about the Brewers series before we move on to the Mets?
No, just happy we got out with the series win.
Yeah.
Okay, I do have one thing about the Brewers series. Well, Birdie hit those 2 home runs that game on Sunday.
Yeah,
awesome.
That was nice.
But what I did want to ask you guys, we had a 6-1 lead. At this point, I feel like we have one true closer, and that's Tanner Scott.
100%.
Why is he being put in the 9th inning of a 6-1 game when we should be saving him for a 1-run game? He pitched the night before.
Yeah, no. So what they were
there?
saying on the broadcast is like his wife is expecting a baby like any day. So they were going to put him in that game because they did not expect him to make the trip to New York. So they didn't want to burn another arm in that situation. They wanted him to pitch so that, he's obviously going to be off when he has the baby. So they have somebody else fresh to take over for him. But
is it his first baby?
I don't know. I'm not.
So if it's the second one, that's
stalking the families.
Only the first
if it's the first one, okay, you've never experienced it. After the first one, come on, man, just play through it. No, I'm joking.
Take a day off. That's it.
I'm joking.
This is a playoff race.
I'm joking. So game 4 was supposed to be not game 4. The first game of the Mets series was supposed to be on Monday, but
sabotage.
I think the Mets screwed us over. I am going to pass it over to who wants to, because I know Spaz wants to.
Spaz,
okay,
give it
go ahead, Spaz.
I'll take it.
Break it down because I couldn't believe what I saw about that game on Monday.
So this isn't the first time NYCFC screws us over, because Inter Miami played there earlier in the season, was it?
Yeah.
Or late last season, and we played in the most garbage conditions. Like the ball could not move around. It was awful. We lost that game, whatever. But now they do it to us again. They screw us over again. And apparently they just had rain for 4 days, and they didn't put the tarp, or they didn't fucking take care of their field, whatever. And then what pissed me off the most is that Cohen releases a statement that we know how much it means, the series means to the Marlins and the Mets and all this bullshit. And bro, shut the fuck up. Like, you are a requete billionaire and you forgot, or your team forgot, to take care of the grounds. Get the fuck out of here. Like, that pissed me off so much. If it was on purpose, if it was just whatever, them fucking with us, I don't know. But
No, definitely fucking, like, you know how sour he has to be. He came down for opening day down in Miami with his stupid, what was it, the stupid shirts that they were wearing, Met South or some garbage like that.
Yeah.
Like, he came down with his stupid smile, his stupid glasses, couldn't afford sweet fucking seats. I know he could afford them, but he decided to try to be one of the people. He's the biggest geek I've ever seen in my life. I can't stand the guy. Everybody calls him Uncle Steve. That guy hasn't done anything productive for you. He's spending money. You do nothing with that money because you're still one of the worst teams in the league. So you can go suck it. And they did that purposely to screw over the Mets. And the Mets screwing over the Marlins. I apologize. Yeah. Bratton, I know you're a Steve Cohen fan.
Oh, big time. I can't wait to see him hanging from the rafters. He's just, it's fucking terrible, man. Like, how do you forget to cover your infield? Like,
because you don't.
Yeah, you don't. A tropical storm is coming, and we don't need to worry about it. And then a soccer game was played on it. It's good. It'll probably be fine. Like, get out of here. And then, then the league on top of that is like, oh yeah, just play a doubleheader the next day. Like, what they should have done is move the game to the end of the season. And if we had to play it for playoff implications, then we play it. Like, because now, on top of having to play a doubleheader, now Braxton Garrett, who was supposed to pitch the season finale, who, we win like 82% of the games that he starts. Now, like, he's in question because he would have to pitch that game on 3 days rest. And that's probably not going to happen. So, not only did he affect this one game, but now he's also affecting the Pittsburgh game. And then, you have the goddamn ump who can't call balls and strikes yesterday. Like, just a whole garbage organization, the Mets. Like, just get rid of them. Like,
I think Pablo was it. Yeah, Pablo mentioned it in the chat just now. Yeah, if so, the two things that they should have done is either what you just said, and I believe I saw something. Craig Mish say something to
Mish had said it, and Fish on First.
Yeah, like move it to the end of the season. If we have to play it, great. If not, then don't worry about it. Just call it as a rain out, whatever. It's fine. But what the alternative to that is kind of what Pablo mentioned. Play the first game at what? Noon, and then you can play that second game at 4, and then we can travel, and we can, the game's done at 7, 8 o'clock, and we can head out to Pittsburgh. I mean, thankfully it's not a long flight or anything like that, but it's or make it a 9 and a 9 and a nooner. It's just it's ridiculous. But I think if I'm the Marlins, and I see Pablo bringing it up in the chat too, I'm not leaving the field. I'm saying we're finishing this game tonight if we have to put on rain boots and finish it, because it's, what's the alternative at this point? The game has to become official now because it's past the 4th inning. So the game has to finish. It's really poorly done. I do think I don't buy the whole, and maybe it's just being cynical and it's because it's the fucking Mets, but I don't believe this was unintentional. I don't believe it's like, oh, we forgot. I was like, no, motherfucker, you knew there was a storm coming. You had played a soccer game, and you're the fucking Mets. You don't want to see us in there. You don't want 3 teams from your division making the playoffs.
Yeah,
and the whole thing. Oh, we forgot. We're so sorry for the Marlins. No one wanted to play this. Shut the fuck up, man. Like, get exactly. Thug it out. Finish the fucking game, and let's
Yeah, maybe we could have called the Yankees and saw if Yankee Stadium was ready to go. I'm sure they covered their field.
For sure.
Man,
They've never had, look, NYCFC's home games are played in Yankee Stadium. They've never had that issue.
Yeah.
So it's I am 100% convinced that it was done on purpose. That tweet really, it was,
Yeah, no,
it was something
awful.
else. It was something else.
If he would have
but
kept
yeah,
his mouth shut, I would have been like, all right, maybe it was just,
right.
somebody's getting fired or
But
something.
you
But
think
after that tweet, I was like,
it
you
was
did this
tongue
on
in cheek.
purpose, you bastard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, he's you know how sour he feels. He came out talking big money talk when he first got the team 2 years ago, and he hasn't been able to do anything. Last year they made the playoffs and they were out. Not even a weekend into the playoffs, they were already out.
Yeah.
Come on, like he's just sour. That's all it is. But anyway, so let's get into this Mets series. They did play 2 yesterday. First game went to the Mets. Second, we took it. Any takeaways from yesterday's doubleheader before we get into today's? Brighton. I'll start Brighton.
Yeah, no, the first game got ugly quick, which was surprising. Brax is going. You figure you're a lock to win that one, and so I was shocked to kind of see that score line and did get a little nervous because you get beat up like that. Like sometimes you need a little time to lick your wounds and you get back at it, but the boys got back at it quick. With Cueto going on the mound and like Danny said all season, that's basically a bullpen game.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't know what to expect, and what we got was exactly what we needed. And if we make the playoffs, I say, Cueto, you've earned your money, man, just by getting us that one win. And I think it's just been great. And today we can talk a little bit about Luzardo. Fantastic today. It's a shame that they didn't get him that run earlier to get him the lead. And I got a little nervous because when Nardi let up that run earlier, which is very unlike him because he's been our most consistent guy out of the bullpen. I thought, oh God, this can't be a 1-run loss. And then we got Jazz and Yuli coming in, and Jazz just barely missing that home run. Yuli driving him home, and Jazz was hauling, which was great to see. So, Met series is so far so good. We'll see what happens with the rest of tonight's game. But, I expect Tanner Scott to come in and nail it down.
So do I. Cali, takeaways from the Met series so far?
It's similar-ish to the Brewers, right? We lost the first one 11-2. We came back and won, man, and that's what we want to do. That's the fight we want to have. After that first one, I was really concerned that we are just going to kind of roll over and and take it, and then it felt kind of like, oh shit, here we go again. But the fact that we pulled it out, we won the second one, and tonight we've been we Luzardo with one of his best games of the year, I'd say. Broke 200 strikeouts on the year. He's only the second Marlin left-handed pitcher in Marlins history to break 200, along with our boy Al Leiter. It's an encouraging. And I was actually about to get to that, Caesar. The last 2 nights we've heard "Let's Go Marlins" chants ringing out throughout Lone Depot North over there.
And how awesome is that when you hear that so often down here with the Mets fans? That was really cool.
Yeah,
it's really encouraging to kind of see the shoe on the other foot there, because for the entirety of the club's existence, whenever a big, like the Mets, the Phillies, the Cubs, the Yankees, the Dodgers, one of the Cardinals, like one of those big clubs, big old historic clubs kind of come through, it becomes kind of an away game at home, and to see that in a game in, late September, to hear let's go Marlins going throughout Citi Field is fantastic. It's really, really awesome to kind of be here right now. So, and yes, fuck the Mets always.
I concur.
More than anybody on the planet.
I hate blue and orange in many sports. Blue and orange just makes me sick.
Damn right.
So
I can't say that too much because my wife will murder me. She's a Gator, but it's okay.
Okay.
0% chance
I
she
wa-
watches this.
I was thinking pro sports.
No, she's knocked out right now. She's knocked out.
I was talking pro sports. Pro
Fuck
sports.
the next two.
There you go. Because Spaz, you were gonna say something.
No, so I've never throughout our entire history of being a Marlins, I never hated the Mets. I hated the Phillies more than anybody else. I always hated the Phillies. Recently, I guess the National. I never really hated the Braves up until Acuna decided to be a dick. But the Mets were always just like, it's the Mets. They were never like an issue, or I never. But like now, forget about it. Like now, I fucking hate the Mets. And just getting into the series after that first game, again, they blew their load early. And listen, I don't really gauge Marlin Twitter because they're all over the place. But
most sports team Twitters are like that. Yeah.
Easy.
A lot of people let go of the rope. A lot of people like, oh, that's it. We're doing this shit again. The Cubs are gonna win. Blah, blah, blah. And look, we came back, won the second, and now we're fighting for this one. Hopefully, they do the right thing and call this because I don't think that rain is letting up. So yeah, man, we'll see what happens tonight. But I'm more focused on Pittsburgh right now. The Mets are done. I'm focused on Pittsburgh.
But they gotta, and I can see Steve Cohen being a bitch about it, but they gotta call this shit soon. We gotta travel for a very crucial series in Pittsburgh. I understand that Pittsburgh isn't that far from New York. It's like an hour flight, if that.
Yeah.
But you gotta call it because they already screwed us on Monday. You can't screw us again. So they got to do something quick. I was just about to get to this. Not only did we take 2 out of 3 from the Brewers, could take 2 out of 3 from the Mets, but Steve Bartman showed up again.
Oh, yeah, he did.
I didn't see that play live. Bratton sent me the video, and I said,
you should see today's. Today's was even worse.
In the glove, and it popped out. Yes, I saw that. But Steve Bartman showed up once again for the Marlins. And when I saw that, I said, 0-3, baby.
Yeah,
that we're making the playoffs. Because for the game to be in the bag and for that to happen, and then today's, I was like, this is feeling pretty good. At least for me, I'm feeling pretty good about what's going on right now. And the Braves are somehow, even though they shouldn't be taking care of business, they are taking care of business. Spaz, how did you feel?
Wait, no. So I was gonna ask for a timeout because I felt so fucking dirty celebrating an Acuna like hit and his I felt like I needed a shower. It was disgusting. But all of us are like the biggest Braves fans. Just try to get in. It was awful. It was. Listen, I can't stand that guy, but here we are celebrating the Braves, taking care of business for us. And
we're celebrating Steve Bartman, not the Braves.
All right, I like the way you put it because I did not feel good about anything I did the past few days.
Cali.
Yeah, so just real quick, my phone just refreshed and I lost it. But I was reading a Marlins media personality. I don't remember who it is for the life of me right now, but they're talking about how there's a window coming up pretty soon where they think they should be able to finish. There's no official start time.
I'm watching the game right now, and it is fucking pouring.
Yeah, apparently there's it's gonna clear up. So hopefully they're able to get it back in.
No, hell no! Just call that shit.
The thing is, it's better for us
to
finish. They can't. It's an official game. At this
they
point.
Just showed the rules. If it was the end of the inning, they could call it. But they can't call it because it's in the middle of the inning, and the visiting team has a 1-run lead or has scored a run in the inning.
So we have to finish the inning.
These rules are like from 1920. Get the fuck out of here!
Hey, that's why we like baseball. It's historic.
Yeah, but
I also love the pitch clock.
So we have to see how this game has to finish. Unfortunately, it does have to finish.
All right, let's go window. Let's go window.
I think the next best thing is, if this goes too late, is just push tomorrow's game with Pittsburgh to the end of the series, since it's the end of the season anyway. So,
well, I don't think they'll do that because then that gives us another rest day. If anything, it's a 6:35 start. I say you push the start back. you could push it to like an 8:30 start, give an extra
That's
2
not gonna
hours
help
because
anybody. That's not
game
gonna
will probably
Maybe
be
somebody
finished.
in the chat, or maybe one of you guys could help me. Who's due up for the Mets? Is it the top of the order?
I don't remember.
I know Pete Alonso's already had 4 at bats, so I'm assuming it has to be the top or almost the top of the order, second, third, fourth.
I don't know.
But I would hope that we could close this out if we do have to finish this. But it's I'm keeping confident. I'm keeping confident. All right. So
yeah,
we took 2 out of 3 from the Brewers. Hopefully we can take 2 out of 3 from the Mets. 83 wins it puts us at. We need 3 more wins and we get to the magic number of 86 that we've been talking about since the beginning of the season. So how are we feeling? You guys feel
Great.
you guys feel good with the Cubs? I believe are about to lose if they haven't lost already.
they already lost. It's final.
Yeah.
So we already have a
And
half game lead on them.
Check out blunder number 2.
No, yeah, I know. In and
The
out.
first,
I know.
no, that was number 1.
Oh,
there was a
you mean
second
the
one
same
in this game. They gifted the Braves a run.
Steve Barton
Gifted them. It was ridiculous.
Are Pittsburgh out? Like Pittsburgh?
Yeah, Pittsburgh's out of it. Yeah.
Pittsburgh's out. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So there's no reason for Andrew McCutcheon to like go.
He's
nuclear
on
us.
the IL.
Oh, he is.
Touches on the IL. Yeah. So
there's no reason.
The
We're just taking
the positive is that the Marlins own the tiebreaker over the Diamondbacks, Cincinnati, and the Cubs. So they have the tiebreaker, and the Diamondbacks are going up against the Astros, who are fighting for something.
Yeah.
So the Astros, I would hope, can take care of business there. The Cubs are playing against. Who are they playing against? This last against the
Cubs
Brewers.
The Brewers.
The Brewers might have just thrown in the towel already because they already have the division, I believe, and they're already clinched their spot. So the Cubs are a problem, but we might be a game over them, which is a 2-game lead really because we have the tiebreaker. And then is it the Reds that the other team that we're fighting with?
Yeah, but
I'm not considering the Reds competition at this point because I think we would have to lose every game and they would have to win every game.
Yeah.
So do it for the Mets is Lindor, Vientos, and Stewart. So
Lindor has been a killer.
So 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
So we just have to get through Lindor, and I think it
if we get through Lindor, I think we might be okay. Hopefully.
Yeah. So.
Well, positivity, guys. Positivity.
That's all we got.
Yeah, that's it. So I think that we could pull it off. I believe in when Nardi finished to close it out yesterday. I saw Nardi, Scott. I believe in them all. So I think that we take as long as we keep Puck out of there, we're good. And Robertson, don't let Robertson pitch.
Yeah.
All right.
Robertson when you said it.
I think C's nailed it in the chat too. I think it's either I think the backs get in, but it's going to be either us or the Cubs for the.
I don't know. Diamondbacks, they're
They
only
got
a
the
game
Astros.
up. If we win today,
they're only a game ahead of us.
up.
And we have a tiebreaker.
There's a possibility. There's a path that they don't make the playoffs or they end up in the 3rd spot.
And the Astros have the Mariners breathing down their necks. I think they're only a game or a game and a half.
Astros have to win at least 2 out of 3.
Yeah, the Astros have to win. I'd like to see the Mariners get in, but because I do have a soft spot for the Mariners. Growing up a huge Griffey fan. But speaking of around the league, how about the
Griffey
Orioles?
doesn't play for the Mariners anymore, man. We got to root for the Astros.
The Orioles hitting 100 wins.
The Orioles, the Orioles hit 100 wins, won the AL East. Few fan bases more deserving. I'm not gonna say the club because the ownership's fucking terrible, but but really
fan base,
for
sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Kim's in the dugout.
I really don't pay attention to baseball. How did I miss the Orioles having 100 wins?
I don't know, man.
Also, in light of the Orioles, for all you lifelong baseball fans, R.I.P. Brooks Robinson, probably the best third baseman to ever live. So, but we gotta win some games here, man.
So I guess we'll get to prediction time. We're traveling to Pittsburgh, 3 on the road. Pittsburgh's out of it, so they got nothing to play for. We guaranteed ourselves a winning season, which is always nice. First since 2009, was it?
Yep.
And it's on the table for us. We're playing against lesser competition On the road doesn't matter. We have a chance at 86. I'll start as always with the most optimistic of us all. Spaz, your prediction for this upcoming series against the Pirates, and I guess you could predict how this Mets game ends.
Well, now that you read me this rule from 1920, I'm very excited. Everything plays out. But
They call it the Babe Ruth rule.
yeah, exactly. Man, I think our guys take it tonight, like just for the sake of my mental health and everything. I think we take it tonight. But the Pirates are, dude, they kind of scare me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. They got nothing to play for. They play in a beautiful ballpark. I don't know. I'm a little scared of the Pirates, but 2 out of 3 for the Pirates, and that's my prediction.
Spaz, you know these aren't real pirates, right? They're not going to plunder your treasure. Like it's a bad baseball
Blackbeard
team
ain't coming
that we're
for you, baby.
facing. Yeah, it's not Captain Hook.
I'll say that I think we take 2 to 3 just because with everything that's happening tonight, I think we probably drop the first one. There's probably a bit of a late game lag. I do think we finish this one out. I think we close it out just because from a hitter's perspective, it's so hard to just, stop playing and then, sit for an hour, 2 hours, whatever amount of time it takes, and then come out and try and, because the arms can throw. The arms can throw underneath. They can throw in the hall. They can throw whatever. These guys can take hacks in the cage, and that's fine. But there's no substitute for live pitching. So I think we probably drop the first one. I think we win the next 2. And this is me going Always Sunny, Pepe Sylvie, Charlie Day, pointing on the board. I don't think the Pirates will want the Cubs, a division rival, to make the playoffs. So maybe they
play the kids.
They play the kids. They let us tee off a little bit so that the Cubs can go fuck themselves.
They start some position players.
and the Cubs play the Brewers, who probably also don't want them to make the playoffs. So that's me putting on my tinfoil hat, ripping my cigarette and pointing at the
I like it.
Pointing at the board.
I like it.
Yeah.
Brighton, predictions. This is the last one. I mean,
we're going to take the Mets, obviously. We're going to win today with the Mets. Like Callie said, those hitters are going to come out. They're going to be tired. They're going to be cold. It's not a good situation for them.
And they have nothing to play for.
Yeah. Tanner Scott's ready to go. He's ready to shut the door. Probably going to go home, see his new kid, something like that. Very motivated, so we'll take it. Pirates, I think we take 2 out of 3, but I think we take the first 2. And the only reason I don't think we take the third is because I think we have the spot locked down by then.
Oh,
and I think we can probably afford to go easy at the end. And that's just another fuck you to Steve Cohen because he tried to screw Brax out of a start and we didn't even fucking need him.
Well, you know what? Well, that's where I was going to go with this. The fact that Brax only threw 4 innings on Wednesday, I think that bodes well for us. Possibly him closing out the season on Sunday.
If we need him to go, he's going to go.
Yeah.
And Luzardo's going to come in after him to shut it down.
Well, on Tuesday, which would be the first wild card game, I don't know if they would be playing on Tuesday, but Luzardo will be good to go there. Now, this weekend against the Pirates, no. This weekend against the Pirates, we're going to have Cabrera going, probably a bullpen day, and possibly Brax on Sunday. I think we sweep them. I think we sweep the Pirates.
Yeah.
I think we hit that 86 mark that we've been talking about. I really do think we hit that. And I think that we end up with that second wild card spot.
Yeah.
So,
and listen, if we hit 86 wins and make the playoffs, I'm warning everyone who listens to this, the 4 of us are going to be insufferable on Twitter because we're going to say it's because this podcast started.
So real quick, I did promise Peter Pratt that if we clinched the playoffs, that we would have a happy hour locked on episode. So,
yeah.
Peter, if you're listening, we're gonna have a clinch. We're gonna have a happy hour, wine, champagne, whiskey. We're doing it all. He likes IPAs. We'll have some IPAs. We're gonna do it.
I don't care what time it is here, Peter. If you want to do it like 3 a.m. on a Tuesday, I don't care. I'm in.
Right, locked on happy hour episode if we clinch.
Look, so many good things coming if we clinch. Just good vibes. Like I think it was Caesar said earlier, just good vibes. I'm really excited, and I think that we're gonna make the playoffs.
Wish.
We said all we
Yeah.
wanted to do was float around 500 and make a late run. Here we are. We clinched being over 500. We made a late run. We're down to the last series of the year, which is hard to believe, right? We started this 26
Yeah.
weeks ago. Here we are, and it's all on the table. So hopefully we can make it. And let's see. Maybe we'll go on a different day, right? We always go on Thursdays, but if we make the playoffs, we gotta figure something out because we gotta talk before the playoffs start. So we'll
Yeah.
figure that out. But any final thoughts, guys? Spaz, any final thoughts?
No, I'm just really excited. I love all the interactions that we're getting, all the comments. Thanks to you guys for tuning in and commenting and talking shit with us. And go fish, man. Let's keep it going. And if you can go to a watch party, go to a watch party. Just support the fish whenever you can.
Bratton, I'll let you
Roberto.
address this question because I'm not really sure. I don't think Sandy's coming back.
Sandy
but
is
I
a
don't-
no.
Yeah,
Right,
he's
I'm
a
hard
hard
Unless
no.
we
But I
get
don't-
to the World Series, I don't see Sandy coming back. He's probably going to get shut down. I don't even think they have a treatment plan for him yet. It's possible he might have to have surgery. Arise, based off of what I saw him limping around yesterday,
Yeah.
I would be shocked if we see
Strictly
him
based
before
off
the
of that, yeah.
playoffs.
I agree.
If we make the playoffs, there's no way you keep that man out of the lineup. He will be there. Even if he's DHing, I could see that happening, but I don't think we see either one of them before the playoffs. Or, well, Sandy we won't see, but Arise, yeah.
But we don't need him against the Pirates. We're gonna win that shit handily.
Nah, we don't need him. We got Birdie.
Hey,
Birdie ball.
Just don't show me Wendell. If Wendell
Two-
comes in, all bets are off.
2 home run birdie. Don't forget 2 home
Yeah.
run birdie. Callie, any final thoughts?
Yeah, I'm just gonna read off a tweet that Craig Mish just posted 1 minute ago. I'm sure by now most understand, but let me be crystal clear. If the Marlins and Mets have to suspend this game due to rain tonight, MLB will make sure the game is completed. Furthermore, my understanding is every effort will be made to have it completed tonight. So this game has to finish.
Is there a possibility, and just hear me out, because I don't remember anything like this happening at the end of the season. I'm sure it has, but I just don't remember myself. Is there a possibility that they force them to play until like midnight, 1 in the morning, and then they move tomorrow's Pirates game to a doubleheader on Saturday? Is that a possibility? Do you think?
I don't.
Or
I don't.
Or do they just say-
I haven't watched enough important baseball at this point of my life for my team to really know how that would work out.
I
But
grew up a Yankees fan, so like we were clinched long before this. So I've never also
I
either
would be-
watched like these crucial like win or in games. Like this, I'm not used to it. I'm sorry.
I'd be surprised if they did that. The most likely thing is then maybe Monday we would have to go back to New York and play the last inning.
my hot take is that they tell us to suck it up and just play the games. Like
That sucks,
probably
man.
That's probably
That
what it
really
is.
sucks. It's like
I think we'll get it done tonight. Like, there's not that much. Like, the Mets can just, 3 strikeouts and let's move on.
So is anybody playing on Monday? Because I'm thinking like
I don't think so.
I'm thinking about soccer. How like it's like championship Sunday that everyone plays one last game and that's it. Like is baseball like that? Like is anybody playing on Monday or is it Sunday this last regular
no,
season?
it's Sunday's the final game.
Sunday's
Now what
it.
happened? The reason that they have that day off in between Sunday, and that first game of the wild card on Tuesday is for those possible either makeup games or the tiebreaker games, because there are tiebreaker games also sometimes. But for the most part, like Sunday is the last final game.
Oh, so we're screwed. I mean, we're gonna play 3 days in a row. I don't think they're gonna.
Yeah.
I don't
They're I don't think MLB is going to do anybody any favors. They're just going to be like, hey, suck it up, play the game.
I mean,
and
I know
figure it
that
out.
there's times.
Well,
the
but
Marlins have-
it's not a game. Like, it's half an inning that we're playing.
Yeah.
Like, it's really like you're asking these hitters to basically just walk out and hit the ball. Like,
Essentially.
it's a formality. Like, if it gets to that point, and we could sweep the Pirates, and then like we have this makeup game on Monday, and it doesn't even matter. And we
we
put
won't play it.
Stallings out there to finish the inning, and then that's it.
Like I
You
know,
They'll
know,
play
like-
it even if it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
They'll play it, but
they have to they have to finish. It's like just
that doesn't
the
mean we have to
legality
take
of
it seriously.
Bro,
you
you know what? If they make us come back out, like let's say like they push it back, okay, you have to go back to New York on Monday and finish this half inning. I literally just say, hey guys, go take the field. We're gonna intentionally walk 5 guys, end the game. And that's it. That's what I would do. I'd be like, hey, we're in the playoffs, right? Seeding doesn't matter, right? Like we just want to get in. Just fucking, hey, all right, we're gonna put 9 guys out there. All right, just tell the umpire, hey, 4, put them on, and we're gonna keep the merry-go-round going. All right, let's go home.
But there's no way that happens. We're gonna finish this tonight. There's no way that happens.
My bet is that they make every single intention, even if they finish this thing at fucking 1 a.m. They They bring them back out. Hey guys, finish the game and let's go.
That's gonna happen.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see. As long as this Mets game ends in a dub, I don't care when it's played. We just need to win. We need to get in and let the good vibes keep going. If you are listening on audio, thank you for listening all the way to the end. We appreciate it. Please comment, review, 5 stars, all that other good stuff. And if you are watching on YouTube, thank you for watching all the way to the end. Please like and subscribe. And as always, if you were part of the chat, you guys are the best part of the show. We really appreciate you taking the time to join us live.
Great chat tonight.
And great job by the chat today. And I mean, that's it. It's here. It's the postseason. The season's over. Baseball's almost over. It's crazy. But let's hope that we get a couple weeks of baseball here in October. And until the next one, which might be coming up soon, have a good one.